Joel on the beat.
You talking to me?
My boy, Josh Riceberg on the track with
What
me.
up, Josh?
Let's go.
I love you so.
Mr. Vine, Sweatbox.
Never let me go.
What's good, y'all? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Vine's channel, Sweatbox. We back, we live, we active. You know the words. Let's talk a little bit of politics real quick. So let's talk about the Democrats real quick. We've been doing all this talk about Trump and how horrible he is. Blech. He's a terrible, disgusting of all human being. We're not talking about that. We're actually talking about the Democrats right now. Last weekend, I didn't get to do a video for it, and I meant to, but I just got schedules were crazy. So last week, the Democrats held a debate to see who's going to be the next leader of the Democratic Party. And there was a bunch of candidates who debated on CNN. It was a pretty good debate, very informative. I liked it, but there was really two front runners who were gonna get the job, and it came down to Tom Perez and Keith Ellison. And they voted over the weekend, and Tom Perez won. But he did what I think is strategically, I think it's a brilliant move. Immediately after winning, he named Ellison. He named Keith Ellison He named Keith Ellison as his number 2. He's the deputy leader or something like that. I don't remember the exact title. Let me leave this right here. Stop being deputy chairman. Yeah. So he named Keith Ellison as deputy chairman because once Perez was declared the winner, it was announced, and you could hear a lot of boos from all the Ellison supporters. But once Ellison was named as deputy, it was like, okay, they're really working hard to bring, at least on the surface, they're working hard to bring the party together. Because after the defeat, the crushing defeat, let's call it what it was, the crushing defeat to the orange idiot, the Dems were on the ropes, man. They had to rebound. They had to do something drastic. There's no reason they should have lost. They absolutely shouldn't have lost, but they did. And they did because they weren't doing a good job as a party. I mean, if you look back, Keith Ellison said there was a good chance that Trump could win. All real progressives knew, after how Bernie was treated in the primaries, you could tell that the Democratic Party was in trouble. So, yeah, this was a smart move to do that because on the surface it shows unity. Because Tom Perez had the support of Hillary Clinton and he had the support of Barack Obama. Whereas Ellison, who had the support of Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren and a couple of other big-name Democrats, but it was really splitting the party down the middle. And the super progressives, the super true progressives, were not happy with the direction that the Democratic Party was going. They felt like they're too much in the pocket of corporate, of the big companies and taking corporate money and stuff like that, which I agree. I agree. If you look at Hillary, the reason she raised so much money is because she was taking corporate donations compared to Bernie, who outraised her and didn't take any corporate money. He didn't have a super PAC. He raised tons of money. You remember his slogan, $27 was the average amount raised by him. And I agree that I feel like, because I think money in politics is absolutely what has destroyed our system. You look at Trump and his cabinet, it's a prime example. He talked about draining the swamp, and what did he do? He filled the swamp with nothing but corporate people. Nothing but corporate people. That's all he has. Tillerson, Mnuchin. It's all he surrounded himself with. Betsy DeVos. These are all rich billionaires who don't give a shit about normal people. They can't relate to normal people at all. They just can't. So the Democrats need to get away from that. And this was a tough divide because Tom Perez, while he is a Democrat and he is progressive on a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, especially social issues, he still takes corporate money. And that's a big problem for me. Whereas Keith Ellison is totally against that. And but to name him deputy is gonna, so they're really, you can see that they're kind of listening, but they're still not fully listening because they still elected Tom Perez. So it's going to be very interesting to see where the Democratic Party goes from here. Are they going to be able, because I feel like the Democrats feel like the reason they lost is because they went too far to the left. I believe that's what they think. I feel like they lost because they didn't go far enough to the left. They weren't listening to who the people wanted. The people wanted Bernie. They had to cheat to get Hillary in there. I honestly believe they cheated. They did not give Bernie a fair shake, and I believe that's why he that's why he lost, and in a way that's why the Democrats lost. They didn't go far, I still feel like they're making the same kind of mistake by trying to ride that center line. No, this country is a progressive nation. If you look at most of the people, this country is a progressive nation. I don't care. Look at where most of the people live. The majority of people who live in big cities, which make up 60% of this country, are progressive. They want progressive, they have progressive values, they want progressive agendas in Washington, which starts with getting money out of politics, which starts by you can't be beholden to the banks and to these corporate entities that are lining your pockets as politicians. That's not what the Democratic Party is, or it's not what it's supposed to be. That's not what true progressives want. So it's going to be very interesting to see if this relationship between Perez and Ellison can actually work. If Ellison's going to be able to push his agenda, which is basically in line with Bernie's agenda of money out of politics, or if they're going to lean more towards Perez's agenda, which while still progressive is more on the line of Hillary's agenda. Taking corporate money, getting big donors, and which is, I think, is a huge mistake for the Democratic Party. I think that's a huge mistake. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with them. I'm not. Perez is not the worst pick at all. They could have done worse. They could have elected somebody like I don't know. I can't think of anybody right now. They could have done somebody like a Nancy Pelosi or somebody like that. So they didn't. So they have kind of the right idea, but there's still it's like there's a fight for the soul of the Democratic Party between what the people want and money. You know what I'm saying? Cash rules everything around us. Cream, get the money. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out. Here's keeping your fingers crossed that they do the right thing. I don't expect them to. Look what's happening in this country now because of money. We are where we are right now as a country because of greed, because of money in politics. It's as simple as that. So we'll see what happens. Alright, you guys, it's your boy Mr. Vaughn. Keep it locked right here, Mr. Vaughn's channel, Sweatbox. Please like, share, and subscribe. As always, you know how we do. And until next time, holla at your boy. Peace. 100, y'all.
With your love so real, it's good enough for me. Long as you need somebody